Caleb has a release schedule popped
have a
up.
release
I was just going to pull that up as well.
I'm going to let you guys take care of that.
So we've got tomorrow is Gears of War 4.
Tomorrow, Tuesday, October 11th.
That is correct.
And that is for folks that didn't do the...
Right, so if you didn't buy the $100 Ultimate Edition or $250...
Is that the only way to get that?
Yeah, I think you either had to buy the $100 Ultimate Edition, the $250 giant guy on the motorcycle edition, or I think you could have also bought the Xbox One S bundle.
I think
as
all
well.
three of those, and if I remember right, also the $80 version or whatever.
There was an $80 version?
Yeah, I don't remember what all was in that. Maybe just a season pass or something like that.
Huh. See, I thought that was... I don't know.
But I don't remember.
I could be wrong on that, too. I didn't know there was an $80 edition. I was at Target yesterday and saw the $100 edition was sitting there.
Let's talk about that briefly, real quick, while we're here. Mm-hmm. I think that's super fucking weird.
Yeah,
this early release thing.
I get it because I think it gives people a reason to pre-order a game because before, I mean, at this point why pre-order games? There's no reason to pre-order a game because everything comes out broken. So if you actually have an excuse to play it 4 days early so that your YouTube channel can put the content out there 4 or 5 days earlier, that might be a reason for you to buy that if you can justify spending $40 more on it. And they put some other things in there for you too. I mean, they put the season pass in for Gears. They put in a car pass for Forza. I don't know what else is coming out here that has that. I'm not sure. Do you guys know of anything else that's coming out in the near future?
I would imagine that Call of Duty and Battlefield will do the same thing.
Battlefield, anything EA related will be available early on EA Access. So if you've purchased the EA Access program on Xbox, then you are eligible to get those, I believe, a week early almost in some cases. So early. So I think Battlefield 1 might actually be out on EA Access this week.
Could be. We'll have to go check that.
Yeah, so
in Access, I'm not an EA Access guy, so Origin's gone away. It's been gone for a while, right?
No.
Origin is a download service like Steam,
and that's only on PC.
Yes,
and
so it has ties into. I think there's an Origin app on the Xbox and on the PS4.
So my question is that EA Access does reach consoles. That's not a PC only thing.
But it's only on Xbox.
And
PC.
It's on PC.
It's on PC, but it's not on PS4. EA Access is not available for PS4.
So it's available on... Okay. So there are certain places where you can get it and certain places where you can't.
Right.
Right. That's another thing that makes it a little convoluted and weird.
Yeah.
So preferred platforms and making things... The thing that really bothered me about the Gears of War thing is it seems grimy because you're trying to make me overpay for early access. And that's truly, to me, unless I'm missing something, that's truly, to me, what it was.
That's pretty much all it is. Yeah, I mean, because in all reality, I think a lot of the season pass stuff that's coming with Gears, the maps are going to be free. All the multiplayer maps. The only way that you can actually use those extra maps, the season pass maps, are in private matches. Because those season pass maps, I believe from what I understand, are always going to be available. There's going to be certain segments of them that are going to be available in public maps. Like this new map that's going to come out in December is going to be the December playlist map, and then it's going to go away for a month, and then they're going to put this new one out. But if you bought the season pass, you're always going to be able to have that map available to you for private playlists.
But not in public rank matches.
Not for public rank matches.
That's super weird.
I don't disagree with you.
Okay. Well, maybe it's a thing that makes more sense, and when we actually see it, maybe it'll make more sense. But
it always just goes back to how bad do you want the game. There's certain people that will spend an unlimited amount of money to play Gears of War, so that's their target audience for this stuff. And then there's a certain amount that will only spend this much, and a certain amount that will only spend this much. So they've done their research. They know what they have to put into a game to sell it at a certain price.
They know their market analysis. Yeah. They know their customer footprint.
Exactly.
And will do right by them by letting them access it early because they're willing to pay money for it. Okay.
Right. I was going to also pull up that there is the Gears of War collector's edition on here that is, I believe, I'm trying to validate this number right now, that is $250. Yes, it's $250. I don't know about you, but I've been seeing a lot of collector's editions lately that you pay $250 for them up front, and within the next 3 to 4 months, they are on sale for $100, if not even cheaper. I believe Halo 5, I spent, I think it was $200 on that thing, and next thing you know, that collector's edition is down to,
I think
it's cut in half within 2 to 3 months. I'm not even sure what the point of buying one of those giant collector's editions is anymore. I ended up buying the Songbird edition of BioShock Infinite a year and a half later for $30.
Yeah, it was on. It was 2K Direct, wasn't it?
It's the Songbird's still up.
Yeah,
right
I have one. I still have it in the box. I've never even taken it out. I actually, so it's still all wrapped up, and I know it's crazy that some of these collector's editions are becoming this.
Let's talk about the actual game here. Are you guys excited about Gears 4?
Yeah,
I am. I'm surprised, just personally, how lackluster my interest is, and maybe it's because it was close to day and date with Mafia, because I was really excited about Mafia.
Yeah.
I jumped on that hype train just because of the way that it presented that documentary style thing. I can't think of a game that has presented a cinematic feel like that. The talking head, the interview, like the 30 for 30, I guess, like aspect of you've got this guy who's telling a story, then they cut to a particular part of the game. I think that's really cool. So I'm pretty hyped on Mafia 3. The reviews are just starting to trickle out today. This is 4 days after release. They didn't get copies out to reviewers, or reviewers went out and bought them themselves. So I think I'm surprised because I'm a pretty big Gears loyalist. You talked about collector's editions. I have collector's editions for. Yeah. There wasn't one for 1, I believe, but there are 2 and 3. I have the Marcus statue, was like $250.
Yeah, the Gears 3 one. I think Gears 1 maybe just had like a steel case or something.
That's right.
I think that was it.
Yeah.
I'm just excited for this because really this year, unless I've missed stuff, there hasn't been a whole lot of co-op stuff.
No, not really. I can't think of a game I've even wanted a co-op this year. I've even thought about it.
There hasn't been like an isometric, like Marvel-esque, X-Men Legends-esque game, has there?
I mean, just thinking back, like the co-op games that I've played this year are all from previous years. Like nothing's from this year.
Nothing.
So.
Yeah. Exactly.
Does the Division count?
I guess the Division does count.
Yeah, it came out.
I did play that in co-op, so that's.
So you saw that to the end. How was it? It was okay.
No.
Yeah. All right.
Meh.
Yeah, that's what everybody says.
Yeah. It's fun for a couple hours, but that loses its luster.
Yeah.
So Gears 4 for you?
Gears 4, I'm excited about it just because Gears Judgment left such a bad taste in my mouth. And not that it was bad, it was just boring.
Yeah. They picked the wrong character to do a story on.
Yeah.
Baird and Cole.
Baird and Cole.
Well, it wasn't even really centered around Cole.
It was more Baird,
It was pretty much all Baird. It was the worst.
He was just very generic, yeah. It really didn't have any real story behind it.
I can't wait for Gears of War 5 : Carmine the game.
That's all it needs to be.
That's the one I need to see.
Just die over and over again.
You talk
also, the same day that Gears comes out, 2 of the best games of last year also release.
Oh, really?
Oh, good.
Metal Gear Solid 5. I guess it's a complete edition or whatever of that.
What's to complete in that?
I have no idea. I just see it on the list.
Just another reason to sell it again because Konami's broke.
And then Rise of the Tomb Raider finally hits PS4. So if people that are listening to this have never played either of those games, by all means, go play those too.
Or if you'd like a digital code on Xbox One, I have a random one that I have no use for. So maybe we'll just make that a giveaway one day.
Cool.
It's a good idea.
Cool. What's next on the list? PSVR? Are you guys
Oh dear God! Were we gonna get on that train?
Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll just skip over that then. Because I don't think any of us are interested in that. So maybe we'll just skip over it.
It's not a proven commodity right now, and I'm looking for sure bets.
Yeah.
Out of the rest of the year, and there are some sure. I think there are some sure things coming up.
I'd hate to talk about it when none of us have played it.
Right.
Yeah. That's kind of my thought.
That's totally fair.
The Batman remakes. You guys.
So is that a collection?
The Arkham collection
without Origins, so just Asylum and City.
You play Origins?
Oh, you don't want to play Origins.
You play Origins?
You know what? I like Origins. It's
you like
not. It's not anywhere close to Asylum or City, but those
No.
are like 9.5, 10 out of 10 games.
Yeah, those are amazing games.
And
and
when you get an 8 in there, it's hard to compare, you know?
it's
Kind of
nice
like
looking
Bioshock
snow.
2.
Yeah. It's
Similar
totally
to
fine. It's just not on the same level.
I wouldn't even put it in the same level as Bioshock 2. I'm not sure what you give it, but it's not even that good.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not worth going back.
So
and
is
playing,
that a
that's
full
for sure.
$60 retail package?
I believe so, yeah.
For all 3 games, right?
No, just
But just the front 2. Yeah,
Just
that's
the-
right. It's
yeah.
just
That seems like a lot.
yeah,
For 2 last-gen games that are up-resed,
yeah.
seems like a lot of money.
Watch by Black Friday, it'll be down to $30.
It fucking better be. Dude, that's too much money.
They'll get a few people to buy it at that. They'll get the hardcore people to buy it at that, and then they'll just make some money back. That's about right.
I'm so tired of that. And I used to be, maybe it's a time and place thing,
Mm-hmm.
but I used to replay stuff when it would come to Generations. But now, like, Resident Evil 4 just came out. Like,
Yeah.
stop.
Yeah.
Like, enough already. And I guess there's more important things to play. There's, at least wise, PSVR is new.
Yeah.
It's a new thing.
Yeah.
Like, whether or not it succeeds, at least wise, it's a new thing.
Yeah,
So I would rather...
the
spend time
Bioshock
on
collection.
something.
We're what 2-3 weeks out of that coming out, and
Yeah.
I mean, maybe Bioshock 1. I'd be interested in going back and
I
playing.
love
but
those games too, and I'm not like, it's not to discredit. We're talking about the cream of the crop of last generation: Bioshock
Right.
1 and Infinite, and Arkham
yeah,
City, and just Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
those are great games, amazing games.
But that's a tough proposition with even just stuff
I want
coming
to
out.
agree with you, but I just went back and played Dishonored.
Oh, well, never mind then.
Okay, all right.
So I guess I can't talk.
How about
here.
you get some Dishonored footage
Yeah.
on the channel, huh?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay. Hey, when Dishonored 2 comes out, maybe I'll do that.
Is that still this year?
That is. We'll get to that.
Okay, yeah.
We'll get to
Sorry.
this.
Oh my gosh,
Follow
we're
this.
so
We
far
already-
behind on
We
that.
already mentioned Battlefield 1 here briefly.
I guess who's excited about that? Is anybody really excited about it? I want to play it. I'll play through the story campaign of it. I've never been a big Battlefield multiplayer guy, but I'll at least give it a shot.
Yeah, same. I haven't found a Battlefield single player campaign that I've really gotten into either, though. So
You didn't like.
that's
What
fair.
about Bad Company? Not even Bad Company.
I remember. I don't think I played Bad Company.
That's the one that everybody points to as like the
Yeah.
heartfelt, really not as
played
stilted
Bad Company
version.
2, and I remember not really liking that. So
Okay.
See, and I didn't play 2, and I played 1, but it's been so long since I played it. I'm
Yeah.
trying to remember how fondly I guess I obviously don't remember that fondly.
I'll probably give it a shot, though, at least the single player, and see how it is. I don't know.
I played 4, and it had all I can remember from it is it had the dude from The Wire in it.
I played 4. 4 was fine. I played it probably way too many times because I was trying to get all the ranking things in it, and there was one mission I kept missing it by the smallest amount. It kept driving me insane.
Oh, for those achievements.
Yeah, for those achievements.
For the score.
Because it was like a 200-point achievement to get one of those things, or to get all of them at a certain rank, and I
they
had
were all really
one,
easy except for one. I
one
remember.
mission. Yeah, and it was.
I do. It's all coming back to me.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
I know none of us are probably going to play it, but Civ 6 is worth a mention here, October 21st.
And that's
I liked Civ when I was in junior high.
Is that PC only to start with?
Yeah, it's PC only.
Yeah.
It would
That-
be really hard to do a Civ game on
Oh yeah, I
consoles.
can imagine trying to do that.
Old Sid Meier still at it.
Yeah.
Sidney Meyer.
There's a game based on the anime Berserk. Are you guys anime guys at all?
No.
I think I've watched Cowboy Bebop like everybody else.
But nothing else.
Yeah.
But nothing else really.
Berserk is a really good one,
I-
and there's a game based on it. But I'm hearing not such good things out of TGS.
Oh,
so
really?
we'll see. That's
Is it
October
out in Japan
27th.
already?
No, it was just a demo at TGS that people were playing and saying it wasn't that great.
Okay.
If they made a good Voltron game, I'd be in on it, but that's about as anime as I go.
But here's one I'll throw out to you guys and then stay silent because I'm really not that excited about it. But I know you guys are.
Uh-huh.
Titanfall 2.
Very excited about Titanfall 2.
Yeah, I think that. What did they call it? Tech test.
It was the tech test. I think was what it was
I
called.
really liked it. I liked it a lot.
I really enjoyed it. There's a couple things I hope they change, but at the same time, we'll see what happens. I'm excited to see what they try to do for a solo campaign.
Yeah. Speaking of co-op,
I don't think it's
I don't
co-op.
know.
I'm not sure.
That would make me a little more excited about it.
Yeah, there's a campaign, but I don't know if it's co-op.
I don't know.
I guess I could try to look that up here while we're talking, but
I think the things to note about Titanfall 2 are the way you traverse the map is different. The grappling hook is a new addition and helps you get around fast, but you don't necessarily need it, which is a really, as just like a straight up game player, sometimes we hear, especially like media, throw around the word balance. Sometimes I don't know what that means. I don't know if it necessarily means anything sometimes. But it feels like there is some balance between the grappling hook and the other abilities you slot into that place wherever you equip it. And if you're just kind of just running around, balls out in the map, and just kind of using your parkour abilities, you can get around pretty good without it. And that's really nice to know that you don't feel like you're going to run into everybody with a grappling hook or everyone's going to use one thing. Because I think that decoy is in that same slot, and those are totally different things.
Right.
So you've got one that's going to help you kind of climb and traverse and go quickly around, and then another where you're just kind of shooting a decoy out in front of you. And they're in the same spot, but they're totally different abilities and cause you to play differently.
Yeah, I guess I am kind of looking forward to the single player of that, just because the traversal and stuff looks really fun. I don't enjoy games where I go in and just die repeatedly. So
yeah, I wonder if there's... I played a lot of Titanfall 1, so I wonder if I have a leg up in as far as just not feeling like I'm getting my ass handed to me.
Right, and in the tech test, nobody's experienced. I mean, maybe people that have played Titanfall 1 yesterday would be about the only thing.
Okay.
But, it's just... once that game comes out, 1 week later, everybody's an expert. And
it happens quickly.
Yeah,
and it makes it, as time goes on, it makes it less and less and less approachable.
Right.
So I totally
that's why I never
that.
got into the first one, but I did think that the whole mech thing and the whole traversal, wall running and all that kind of stuff, that looks really cool. It's just not something I can get into.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to seeing what that
What's the date
is.
on that?
That is October 28th.
And from what I'm reading, no co-op.
No
it
co-op.
is single player only campaign.
Okay.
Let's move on then to a game I'm excited about, but I don't know if you guys have even heard of it. Owl Boy.
What is it?
Owl Boy?
Owl Boy. So
Owl
that's
Boy.
an animal and a person.
Yeah, what do you think the game called Owl Boy would be?
Take a stab at it real quick.
I'm going to say it's about a little tiny boy who runs around with an owl costume on until he meets his... he goes in the forest and he meets an owl and he calls himself Professor Hootsburg.
This is oddly specific.
And then Professor Hootsburg teaches him the way of the owl, and the boy begins to hunt small mice and eats them, and then becomes Jeffrey Dahmer.
And what style of game are you envisioning?
Something like Limbo.
Something like Limbo.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Jason, your guess?
That was odd, Logan. The Dahmer reference was even weirder. So, Owlboy kind of, I'm picturing like the art style of a Super Meat Boy.
Okay.
And you're a little boy in a costume, and your head's kind of peeking through like Mario with the is that a raccoon?
Okay.
And so you're kind of just jumping around, and it's just like a little puzzle platformer, 2D puzzle platformer. The plot is he's trying to get his sister Halloween candy because she's too little to go trick-or-treating.
That's a good one.
All fair as
That's
well.
really good.
Yeah, I like that too.
And I don't know a ton about this game other than it's pixel art, so you're both kind of close on that.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Gorgeous pixel art, though. You should
Really?
definitely look up some screenshots of
Hand
that.
rendered or
I don't know.
like because Child of Light was hand rendered, right?
Oh, it's not like that. It's actual pixels.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it's a 2D side scroller, and you can't. You play as an owl, and you can't attack directly. And the way that you attack is you pick up other people that attack for you. So, like, if there's a guy with a gun, you pick him up and you fly around with him as you're holding on to him with your talons, and then he shoots in front of him.
This looks ridiculous.
Kind of like a mind control thing.
This is so up your alley, though. Yeah.
That looks cool.
Yeah.
This is definitely a Caleb game if I've ever seen a Caleb game.
Definitely looking forward to this one.
Looks like a 16-bit era kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice looking upres.
Oh, dude, that
16-bit.
looks really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this a Steam only release?
Yeah, for now at least.
For now.
It's PC
And what's
only.
the date on that?
November 1st. They've been working on this game for like 8 years. So
Okay.
finally coming out.
Let me know about that because I
So
won't
we'll see.
see
If it
it
does
otherwise.
well, I bet it'll be ported over, but we'll have to see.
We'll have to see.
Yeah.
So it does. Okay.
November 4th then is Call of Duty.
Okay, moving on.
Jason, any thoughts on Call of Duty?
I skipped last year's
So
Call
did
of
I.
Duty for the first time in a long time.
I liked Advanced Warfare, but nothing even interested me about Black Ops 3
That was
last year.
Spacey. Advanced
Yeah,
Warfare.
Spacey was Advanced Warfare.
I really like the Call of Duty single player campaigns. They're really fun for a night or two. Sit back, relax, put it on easy, mow down some dudes, call it a day.
Yeah, I was in this awful pattern. So when I first got addicted to achievement points was Call of Duty 4, and the Mile High Club achievement in Call of Duty 4. Are you guys familiar with that? There's that bonus mission at the
Never
end.
even tried it because knew I was going to get frustrated.
It was the last thing for me to collect, and I just kept going and going and going, and finally unlocked it, and then that led me down this dark path that has me here today. So I would then, since I had all 1,000 achievement points in Call of Duty 4, I then got the next 6 Call of Duties. I got 1,000 achievement points in. Worst of all was Black Ops 1, where there was a box that randomly generated weapons.
Oh, in the zombies mode, right?
In zombies.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so the achievement was get the bow and arrow thing from that.
Mm-hmm. I did this with you one night for
Did you?
hours.
Yeah, for hours and hours and hours.
And I got it. And
Yeah.
you were so mad at me because I got it because it was just random.
Yeah, super random. And then I finally got it. And that was probably my darkest period with Call of Duty. But anyway, I may play the campaign. It depends on what else I'm playing.
Yeah. It also, if you get the Legacy edition, which I have pre-ordered.
Oh, excellent!
That's the one pre-order that I have.
Wow.
Oh,
you get the Call of Duty 4 remaster.
And isn't that Can't
out?
you get that now?
No. Yes, if you've digitally pre-ordered.
Digitally pre-ordered. Okay,
Yeah,
so you had to digital
That's
pre-order.
the catch, because I've seen people are playing it right now.
Right.
And I loved that one. Absolutely loved that one, so I wanted to play it again. And I'll get a decent trade-in value on it when I'm done with those.
Because you get physical, you'll get that physically.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay, that's cool.
Dishonored 2. Either you played Dishonored?
It was always on my list to try to get to, and I never did.
Once again, this is very cathartic for me. What's wrong with me in the way I play games is that the achievements scared me off of it.
Yeah, okay.
Because there was a lot of stealth and no kill, and I think there was multiple playthroughs, and because of that, I saw that I was gonna play it the way I wanted to play it, and I was gonna get like a Devil May Cry 4 level of
gosh,
No, it's not that. It's not quite that bad. There's a 100. I think there's a 100-point achievement just for finishing the game. So that's already above Devil May Cry.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got 70 achievement points for Devil May Cry 4.
Okay.
was about
But
it.
For as much as you liked Deus Ex, I
know.
think you would really like Dishonored.
I know.
So you should probably check it out.
And I'm willing to forgive Deus Ex for the same thing.
In Dishonored, you could theoretically get all the achievements in one go. It would just be a really, really, really hard playthrough. Because you'd have to do no kills, not detected, and you'd have to do all the side quests and everything like that. Which would be really tough.
Yeah, maybe
that's the kind of gamer I am. Set it on easy, go kill dudes, have fun,
that's what you're
blast
gonna
through
do.
it.
Yeah.
And I felt that itch with Dishonored 2 coming up, so I just played through the first one again last week.
Wow. That's how you're playing.
I think it looks really nice. I like the art style quite a bit for those games. Yeah. It's not. It's almost like what We Happy Few is going for in a weird way. Yeah. You know,
it's so cool. Like if you're going through the stealth route with no kills, no alarms, or whatever, you're gonna miss so much awesome stuff because the way that you can kill stuff in that game and the combos you can chain together with your abilities and stuff is really, really cool.
Which, for people that suffer from this sickness that I suffer from, I think that's not... and maybe they take great joy in torturing a gamer like me because they're like, that dude, he doesn't see anything because all he looks at the achievements. Don't encourage me don't encourage me to play a certain style of game.
Yeah.
Game, whatever. You get what I'm saying. My play style is what I'm trying to say. With your achievements, don't lead me down a path with your achievements and then leave me not seeing any of the stuff that you worked on. Because Deus Ex is a great example. Lethal kills in that game, don't know what they look like. Could look awesome. Could be super brutal. I love violence. You guys know that, like, anything, if I'm going to play something, it better have a head chopping off in it, or else, is it really? I'm not interested. But for Deus Ex, I don't know what lethal anything looks like, because the achievement said, look, don't kill anybody on your first playthrough. And then on your second playthrough, avoid conflict, so don't even fight.
We'll check out Dishonored 2. I'll at least show it to you on an hour with or something.
You'll be buying that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Or gameplaying it or something at some point.
I'm excited to see it. Awesome.
November 15th, Watch Dogs 2. Either of you guys?
I'll probably. Am I the only one really excited about this?
I think that it's creeping up on me in a weird way.
I know. I don't know why I'm so excited for this game, but I really am.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, is it it's the open world check the boxes thing?
But then again, like I know that at the time playing Watch Dogs, I was like, man, this is a really mediocre game. But the more I look back on it, the more I realized that, man, I had a lot of fun with that game.
That's kind of the way I'm looking at it too. Like, I think it was the cool thing to hate on Watch Dogs when it came out, because it just didn't live up to what it was supposed to be, like graphically. And then I look back on it and I'm like, I did have a lot of fun with that game, and I don't know. I'm getting a cringy look, but I think I did. Like, the stupid QR code things, going back and doing those, and going and doing I found all the music in the game, which was, and just, I don't know why I liked going around and doing this collectibles. The story mode did suck. I mean, shouldn't say suck, but the story wasn't.
Oh, you can say suck.
Yeah,
it was a bad worst.
Yeah. I just wanted to say the story. I didn't want to say the story mode sucked, because some of the stuff was okay, but yeah, the story.
As far as like objectives and missions.
Yeah, like objectives and missions were fine, like doing some of that stuff. But
actually, kind of dynamic when you think about it. It wasn't. I'm remembering that game not as a slog through the same stuff over and over and over. I can't tell you what was different about the missions.
The story. Yeah, I think the story mode itself wasn't. It was maybe 8 hours, 8 to 10 hours.
I don't remember.
And where I feel like sometimes with some of these games, like, it's like, okay, how many escort missions am I going to end up doing, and how many go protect this person am I going to end up doing, and it's just over and over again. And I felt like that game had maybe 1 or 2 of those, and then it was at least something new. But at the same time, that story was shit, and Aiden Pierce was an awful character.
Yeah.
God, how much danger can you put your nephew in? You know? Like, I'm so sorry you're my family, but I'm in danger again.
I'm going to keep coming around you.
Yeah, but I can't, right.
I'm hoping that they identified that those were the faults of their game, and they know what they're doing for Watch Dogs 2. I guess maybe that's why I'm excited.
And I also did driving around fake Chicago, I guess, too.
Yeah.
There was something a little familiar about that. So I don't know when San Francisco rolls around and I have no idea what that geography looks like, if I'm going to be like just completely lost, or
I wouldn't know.
I have no idea.
So they could do whatever they want to, and I wouldn't know. Yeah. Which is where we are pretty local to Chicago, so we all kind of know what Chicago looks like.
Yeah.
November 18th, I'll just briefly mention, because I know you guys don't care, Pokemon Sun and Moon is out.
Is that, tell me what platform that's on?
The Nintendo 3DS.
The 3DS is still a thing?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, the Wii is not a thing.
But the 3DS
is still a thing.
Okay.
And, yeah.
They're still supporting that game with they're still supporting that system with.
I think that's their only successful platform at this point.
So like mostly in Japan, or a lot of.
No, I think here too. I mean, that's still a successful product here. I still see a lot of kids playing 3DSs and stuff.
What games are people playing? Just Pokemon.
That's a yearly release. So every year about this time there's one, and it sparks the interest up again in the 3DS. So. November 29th, probably the game that I'm looking forward to the most this year, Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that too.
I just wonder when I'm going to start it. I think it'll probably be one of those I start maybe in 2017.
I'm taking the week off.
I know you are. That's not a bad idea.
It'll be good for us, because at least wise we'll have a good representation of it, because I don't know. It depends on what I'm playing at the time again. And it also depends on how well it does, frankly, critically and word of mouth wise too.
Yeah.
Like if you say, look, this Final Fantasy is a lot like Final Fantasy 13, then I'm gonna be like, oh boy.
Yeah.
Or if you tell me that, no, this is the one. This is what you're looking for. This is the
They
one.
did it.
This is, and we all know what that means. Like, this is the solid follow-up to 10.
Yeah.
Is what that means. You know, I mean, 12, some people were, like, super loyal to 12. I understand
I'm one of
that.
those.
You really?
Yeah.
You really
I mean, I
12
really like
much?
13 too, but I understand that not a lot of people do.
I liked all three. 10 would be my favorite. Then probably 13, then 12.
Yeah,
but I enjoyed all three of them.
Yeah.
I didn't go into the depths of 13 that you did, though, because I believe you played all the spin-offs.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
13-2 and Lightning Returns.
Yeah.
Which are both
never went that
awesome
far.
games as
I
well.
did 10 too, but...
I thought that Final Fantasy 13 was a certain thing, and then it came out and it wasn't.
I say this every time Final Fantasy 13 is brought up, and I realize this is the biggest ask ever, but the first 20 hours of that game are pretty boring. After that, it gets really, really good.
And you're not wrong either, because you're not...
It's really difficult to say that, because I know that's like asking somebody to put 20 hours into something that's not very good.
Would you please put 80% of a day?
So I totally understand if you can't get to that point. But after that, man, when you get to... It's Grand Pulse, right? When you get to the big open area, you get to Grand Pulse, and the whole game changes.
Yeah, it becomes that open world game that you're used to, and not that linear piece of it. But how do you ask somebody to do that?
Exactly.
What else we got? Last Guardian.
To December. Last Guardian, December 6th.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah,
I do want to see it.
How are you guys on Shadow of the Colossus and Ico?
I never played Ico, but Shadow of the Colossus is, I believe, if I still had to go back and look at it, it's probably still in my top 10 games of all time.
Oh yeah,
it's just amazing. I mean,
Me too.
Who would have thought that 12 boss battles would be the greatest game of all time? But it's really well done.
It's up there, and I don't think that we're necessarily wrong about that. I think gamers, like gamers, I don't know many that aren't fond of that game, that try to check out a lot of diverse things. Yeah. Not Dubro shooter, and not sports guy, and not GTA guy, but for the rest of us that like to dabble in things, man, Shadow of the Colossus, I love it, and I think that it's widely held as one of the best games of all time by almost everybody.
That ending is just heartbreaking.
Yeah.
It's just,
man. Spoilers.
Tearjerker.
Jeez. It's rough.
There's no way, even with that statement, there's no way you could guess what the ending is.
No.
Just saying.
Well, I mean, because that story.
Well, I mean, other than the fact that she's not going to ever come back to life.
Oh,
no, jeez.
What? I don't know what...
We're spoiler cast for Shadow of the Colossus.
So don't go play Eco, because that'll happen.
Eco is also pretty...
Well, I mean, Shadow of the Colossus is almost 10, 11 years old at this point.
We're fine.
I remember that the PlayStation 2 really... They really had done something with it. They had pushed that system to the limits.
Did you guys ever play the remastered on PS3?
Yes.
I did not. I thought about it a few times.
Maybe 4 times.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I love that game. I've only played through Eco once. It's an okay game. It's not anywhere near Shadow.
Yeah, it's not Shadow.
But it was also before Shadow, so it was them working their way up.
So we haven't really even talked about The Last Guardian. I just realized
no, we haven't.
Right? That thing's
that thing. If there's there's no way that the boy or the dog,
boy, cat, dog things, right?
Yeah.
Is there multiple of them?
The trailers have shown them.
It seems like there's multiple of the
congregating in areas and drinking from a giant pond or something.
Yeah, I think, but his specific one will probably die.
There's no way it doesn't. We're all prepared for it.
What was it? His name Falcor? Is that the name?
Ooh, I don't know.
Trico. Right.
Well, no, what's the one in Neverending Story? Because that's exactly what this thing looks like.
Falcone, Blue?
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Anyway, Birdman.
Not there.
All right. Last thing of the year.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Who's buying The Last Guardian?
I am. I'm buying The Last Guardian.
Well, I gotta have something to play on my PS4 Pro.
Oh sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna end up with a PS4 Pro and absolutely not a game to play on it.
That might not be the game to show off the
I know. Once was PlayStation 2, now PlayStation 3. That's an exaggeration.
I'm pretty sure this game is gonna look like hot garbage. but
I think it's artistically.
It's got a style.
I think it's.
right.
I just think in comparison to what you're gonna like from modern day games, I think it's gonna look dated.
Sure.
It's gonna look very dated.
If you look at textures and shadows and all
Yeah,
that. Yeah, definitely. But that game's got a style too.
It does have a style. Yeah, I think it's just. So. I think the style is gonna have seen its day.
We'll see. I'm curious to see what you think of that, Caleb.
Yeah.
Because I was at a place in my life where I thought that, like, oh God, when this comes out, I'm gonna buy it right away and play through the whole thing.
Well, we skipped over Steep. Are you guys interested in Steep at all?
I thought it looked interesting as just a tech demo type of thing. If they could make the graphics look pretty good with it, but I don't know if I'd ever really play it.
I'm not into it, but I was never into.
Do you like
SSX
SSX and snowboarding games? Amped. Like those people are out there.
I'm pretty sure
right?
the last snowboarding game I played was 1080 snowboarding on the N64. So
okay. We're not the audience for that, but I think there is an audience.
Yeah.
There's people that like snowboarding games.
Yeah.
I bet like the skate crowd might be looking for something like that.
Yeah, that's what I say. I'd be interested more just to look at it from a graphic standpoint.
That's in a closed beta right now, and
Steve?
Yeah,
really?
And it's got this weird. They're under NDA.
Oh.
I had some footage for you guys to actually see here real quick of that game since we're talking about it because it watermarks it with your gamer tag, or your PSN ID. This is shout out to my friend Chris who sent me this.
Mm-hmm.
Make this big on my phone here. This is making great audio.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
I might make you beg.
Well, you start thinking of a pretty girl, and then. Okay, so we're looking at a phone.
We're looking at a phone while we're talking. Maybe this is for afterwards.
So he's under NDA. Okay, so it's obviously he sent it to you in a text. So that's okay. So it's not being published out on the internet,
right? Because as part of the program, you can't capture it and publish it.
So this is a video of a TV.
Right.
I mean, it looks all right.
The watermarks, though?
Yeah, I see the watermark. Oh yeah, they're all over it.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that looks all right.
And then last thing on the list, I think, for 2016, Dead Rising 4.
Yeah, and
is that Christmas Day?
It's close to it. I think it's like December
close.
4th or something like that. December 6th.
Oh, so it's pretty early actually.
Yeah, it's so. As dumb as this sounds, this is like the game I'm most excited for in the fall.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I really enjoy Dead Rising games and the stupidity of them all.
A very short demo of that at PAX, and the line was very short, so we played it twice. And it's more Dead Rising. It's exactly what you want out of a Dead Rising game.
It's Frank West.
Frank West, stupid weapons.
So he goes back to Wilmette. Is the deal?
He goes back to Wilmette at Christmas, and for some odd reason, the same thing happens again.
Yeah.
That's so great.
I hope they just leave it at that too. Don't even try to explain it. Just like, oh no, not this again.
And will he say that exactly?
Right,
that?
Yeah.
I hope he says, "Oh, geez, not again," and looks like right at the TV, right at the camera, at the gamer.
Yeah, I like something stupid and cheesy like that. I
think it'll be fun.
That's I just want to have fun with it.
Speaking of, we've talked a lot about co-op in that one.
I
assume
probably. I mean,
there was co-op in 3,
which was weird because it was just 2 of the main character.
Yeah,
right?
Which at the same time, sure.
Was it? I don't remember.
2
I believe
Nicks, wasn't it?
No, it was. I
Did you play as the girl too?
No, I played as a blonde dude.
Blonde dude. Oh yeah.
I played as was it Nick? Is that who you play as?
Well,
Nick was the main character.
Oh wait, I don't know.
But yeah, I think you're right. I think there was another hillbilly type guy that you play as.
Yeah.
So they did have a quick
Chuck Green.
Chuck Green, yeah.
Chuck Green, yeah.
Oh man, the way that game wraps up, it's just amazing.
All reveals itself, and everybody's related to everybody somehow.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. I think that'll be. Just dumb fun, and since South Park got delayed too, that was one I was really looking forward to. And
South Park was later in the year originally.
I think it was going to be. It was supposed to be that same day as Dead Rising.
Really?
Yeah,
Dead Rising and Last Guardian and South Park were all supposed to be the same day. That would have been an amazing day. But. Yeah,
I would have lost $180 that day.
Yeah.
So, what is everybody looking forward to the most out of the stuff we just talked about?
I think for me it's a mix of Titanfall and Dead Rising.
Okay.
Final Fantasy for me, for sure.
this may not make sense, but I'm most excited to see Final Fantasy, but I don't know if I'll play it.
Yeah.
That's
ever.
We'll
I don't know.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
I can see it easily going either way on that one.
13 burned you hard though.
Yeah,
I mean, you got to a point where you got stuck.
I didn't like it.
You didn't like it either, yeah. But I think you got to a save point even too where you weren't leveled up enough to beat the boss, but you couldn't go back either, which was a really weird spot to be in, if I remember right.
I think I could have overcome it if I wanted.
If you would have spent a lot of time on it.
That's the one series that I'm actually okay at. So I've unstuck many a friend in Final Fantasy games before.
Yeah, so I'm probably most excited to see that finally come to life because it's been when did 13 launch? Like the last proper release.
13? Oh boy, I would say 2010, somewhere around there. I can try to look it up here real quick, but
so it's just been a long time,
right. And
so I'm most excited to see that. But whether or not,
what are you looking forward to the most to play?
There's a lot of things that are coming out, but I'm pretty lukewarm on everything.
Okay.
Wow. Release date was December 17th, 2009.
I'm thinking Watch Dogs is high on my list.
Oh, I didn't know it'd be that high. I'm looking forward to it as well.
Me too.
But yeah, I didn't know that'd be that high for you.
If I had to choose right now out of all the games we talked about, it would probably be Watch Dogs. And I'm hopeful that it's not even really like, I'm a big narrative guy, but it's once again like, I know that I can get down in an open world. I can get down in a sandbox. I can kill some time in there and really kind of, that's like my happy place.
So now that we've talked about the future, how are you guys feeling about this year in general? I mean, we've had a lot of delays, a lot of disappointments, but there's also been some really good stuff.
I mean, I think some of the delays I'm actually kind of glad for. Just for the fact that there's so much stuff coming out here in these. I mean, we just talked about what's coming out in the next 10 to 12 weeks, and there's no way we're going to be able to play all the stuff we want to play by the end of the year. Okay, except for you. I will. Yeah, just
Caleb will get to it.
Sorry, those of us with children are just going to be able to pull this off.
That's why we rely on Caleb.
Yeah, that's true.
Everything for us.
But yeah, I think I'm good on this year, but there's definitely was some lulls.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been in I don't know, like there was August was just, I felt like a desert out there. There was nothing.
Deus Ex came out, and then I thought that was going to be the flood of new releases, and then it was just
stuff
by
just
itself.
I think the Final Fantasy delay hurt a lot. I was really looking forward to that being the thing I played that got me up through to Gears, to Titanfall, those things. And when that fell through, it was just kind of, well, okay, well, now what am I going to play? So I ended up playing NBA 2K, and I'm playing Forza Horizon. They're both fine games. I wasn't planning on playing them.
Right. Yeah. Kind of stopgapping things. You're replaying games.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess, how you feel about this year. That's
exactly.
About
it. It's been just even a lot of the big releases this year have been kind of disappointing, but there's still time.
Yeah, there's like I don't know how many games we just listed. What in between 10 and 15?
Yeah,
one of them's got to be really good, right?
I would say I bet more than a few of them will be good. It'll be there's just some unknowns that we're gonna soon finally find out whether or not they're worth the hype.
I think Jason's version of Owlboy is gonna be my game of the year.
That sounds pretty good. That looks cool.
Yeah,
it does have a nice style. Yeah, I'm excited to hear what you say about that. So that's it.
Yeah, we should probably.
We didn't forget anything, did we?
That's the biggest stuff. There was more stuff on the list, obviously, but
yeah, there was just more stuff. But yeah, I think we're good to wrap up the first edition of the Master of Unlocking podcast.
Here's it.
Episode 00.
Yeah, 00 dash test / achievement /
Alpha
trophy.
Tech test
.1.
Thank you guys. Let's see how this turns out.
All right.